Hello, welcome back to That's Craftable. I'm Jennifer and we're just gonna jump right in. So I have some old CDs and DVDs laying around and I have a bunch of ideas from them, so I thought maybe I would just kind of include one of those types of crafts in each video from here on out. And so what I did was I just took a canvas and removed the canvas from the frame. And you don't have to really necessarily worry about the staples and stuff. They're fine. They don't hurt anything in this craft, so you can just leave them and not have to deal with them. And so I meant to grab some truffle, some ink, and some water and make like a stain from it, but I accidentally grabbed the antique wax instead of the truffle, and this is the color that came from that. It actually turned out really great. It matches the decor piece really well, and the boho style that I was going for is still there, so it's all good. Sometimes you make mistakes and you just have to roll with them. But so then I took my CDs and I put them in a pot of almost boiling water, but not quite boiling, just really hot. And I'm cutting out some moon shapes, just kind of cutting out that middle piece, like where the hole is in the CD. To create 3 moon shapes, and then that piece that we had left, like where we cut the hole out, I cut 2 squares, one on each side of the hole, and then after I cut the squares, then I cut them in half diagonally so that it would create 2 triangles out of each square. So now we have 4 triangles and 3 half moons. I hope that makes sense. And that being said, you do not have to use CDs. Of course you don't. You could use, a piece of cardboard, a piece of foam board. You could use an old cereal box. I mean, literally anything. It's just boho decor has a lot of shapes to it. A lot of macrame, a lot of twine and yarn. And so I was just trying to pay homage to that using the CDs. And so anyway, this is the part where I kind of messed up and I should not have done this, but sometimes when you're crafting you don't think straight, and I was definitely not thinking straight. So I traced the inside of my frame, and I should have traced the outside or just done like my twine that I'm doing here, like gluing the twine and back and forth like that. Maybe I should have just done it like use the natural creases that are already in, but I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking. So then when I tried to glue the 2 back together, you see I had gaps on both sides of the frames because it wasn't quite big enough. So I just kind of took some twine and glued it long ways, like up and down, so that it would kind of hide the fact that I had messed up like that. And it gave it an additional decorative touch too. So it kind of worked out. But don't do like me and don't trace the inside of your frame. But yeah, so now we're just going to take our pieces that we painted and glue them back to the twined up piece of canvas. And like I said, you can do this in any color you like. Boho decor really can be taken in just about any direction with color. You could do some blues and some greens or whatever you like. I just did some neutral colors just to give you an idea. I love boho decor. I'm really starting to get into it very much, and so you might be seeing a lot of boho type stuff. I don't know. So I got these 2 little bowls from Dollar Tree. Well, actually, I think that one's a vase, like kind of like a candle holder vase or something. But anyway, I gave them a coat of the Rust-Oleum white spray paint, and now I'm going to go in with my apple barrel black paint and a sponge. I've had this same sponge for forever from Dollar Tree. I've just kind of cut little pieces off of it when I want to sponge paint something, and it lasts forever. It comes from the car section. Yeah, get you one. They're great. I love them. But anyway, then just start sponging on your paint. And the reason I did like the sponged on paint over the white is because and I did do 2 coats of both colors, but at the end, if you kind of don't do it perfect in some places and kind of let some of that white show through underneath the paint, it gives it like a perfectly aged look, like it is supposed to be that way. I don't know how to explain it, but this is a very good way to paint your pieces You know, give it an undercoat first and then kind of sponge paint over it, but don't do it perfectly, and it'll look aged, like on purpose, like it was aged that way, if that makes any sense. I cannot seem to get my words out, but hopefully you know what I'm saying. So don't use your E6000 glue like this. I'm only doing this because I lost the lid to my E6000 glue, and it's all dried up in there, and I had to kind of take a fork and shove down in there and then squeeze the mess out of it to even come out. But yeah, I normally would not use my E6000 like that. I'm just trying to get it to work again, and oh, I can't believe I put it up without the lid. I'm so mad I did that. But anyway, then I took some twine where the two colors kind of come together there, and just wrapped it up, and I painted the vase the same color as the top, because when I put these two pieces together, it kind of looked like it was part of that bowl, if you see what I'm saying. It's so pretty like that. I like that. But anyway, couldn't find my floral foam, so I used some Dollar Tree bags and covered it with moss. And look at these pretty colored succulents, you guys. They are so gorgeous. I love them. I literally love them. But see how it kind of looks aged, like it was naturally that way? I like that. But anyway, just my opinion. So for our next DIY, I took a sink mat, and I'm going to give it a good coat of some homemade chalk paint that is probably the best chalk paint recipe I think that there is. It's a really good DIY chalk paint, and I learned it over at Hot Humble Pie's channel here on YouTube. I don't know her. I'm not, you know, trying to plug her channel or anything. It really is a really good one coat chalk paint. Now for this particular project, I did use 2 coats, but generally it is a one coat chalk paint, and it is phenomenal. Her channel is amazing. She is definitely somebody you don't want to miss. Y'all need to check her out. So I thought it would be kind of fun, since I mentioned that, to kind of, if you guys would kind of comment some of your favorite channels. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you something, I have a lot of favorite channels, like a lot, and I love watching DIY videos, and so I thought maybe that would be kind of fun. So then I took my sink mat, and I couldn't get that heart off that vase no matter what I tried, so I just kind of cut it to go right underneath that heart, and then I finished it up with some twine. And I did stop the twine when I had finished covering the heart, and I thought about doing the sink mat at the top, and I think I'll show you that here in a minute, and it just didn't look right. It's like there was more of it at the bottom than there was at the top, see? And it just, I don't know, I didn't like it. So I just went ahead and finished it up with the twine. So what are some of your favorite channels here on YouTube? Whether it's a newer channel, an older channel, whatever. If you just like their ideas, maybe you just like their personality, whatever it is, I would love to know. I think it would be neat. Maybe you guys could learn some new channels, and I could too. So some of my other favorites is White Sparrow Living, The Week's Nest, Cuban Curls, DIY Home and Crafts. Y'all, those are all amazing women who have very cool videos, and I think it would be neat for all of us to do that. So anyway, moving on to our next DIY, I just took these wooden stir sticks, a dowel, and one of those little boxes, and my leftover sink mat, and I gave all the wooden pieces a good coat of Waverly's antique wax. And I literally did it like a paint. I didn't do the whole wiping on and wiping off thing, because I wanted it to be really dark, because I really like that really dark antique wax against the black. As a matter of fact, the DIY Home and Crafts channel, her name is Jess, and she does a lot of crafts like with the antique wax and the black, and oh my god, you guys, it's beautiful. I love it. That's my favorite style, and I don't know if that's a boho style or a farmhouse style, but it's my style. Let's just put it that way. I love it. And some of my other favorite channels here on YouTube is Kushiana, Monarch Mom DIY. A new one that I found recently is Crafting and Relaxing. That's a great channel. So anyway, now I'm just going to take my sink mat and glue it back together, and then put an even amount on both sides of the paint stir sticks, if that makes sense. I mean, you can kind of see, I hope, what I mean. And so that left me with some extra sink mat after I glued down the wooden box at the bottom, and so I just cut it off with a pair of scissors. And now you have like a fence looking thing coming up out of the box, which I think, oh my god, that's so cool. I love this. This is one of my favorite ideas I've come up with so far, I think. And honestly, for the top up there, I think a paint stir stick would have looked prettier, like a sideways one, rather than the dowels. But I didn't have any more left, and I didn't even have a craft stick. So I had to use the dowel, and I still like it. I think it's very pretty. But yeah, I think that might have been better. But either way, I like it. It's very nice. I like it so much. It's my favorite DIY in this video. So then I'm just filling it with some greenery that I got at Walmart. This is the eucalyptus, I think. And it's like that plasticky one. And actually, I like it better than the real filling stuff. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, you guys comment your favorite channels and let me know something you would like to see in an upcoming video. And thank you for watching.